Good evening, everybody. Please let me know if you can hear me now. Guys, please, can you hear me? All right. Thank you very much, guys. Good evening. Good evening. All right. So this is 7 minutes past time. Let's give others the grace of 3 minutes. So exactly 10 minutes past time, we will be starting. So please, now is a good time to send a message to your friends so they can come and join us. And then we can fly for tonight. Good evening, guys. I think I'm beginning to notice some names. Yes, I know YouTube user. Good evening. How are you? Um, Elizabeth. Yes, this name looks is becoming familiar. Good evening. Eunice. Yes, I remember Eunice from the last session. Good evening. Um, is there any other name? I think Sarah. Good evening, guys. How was your day? So, how was your day? Please let me know in the comment section while we are waiting for others to join us. All right. Okay. So, someone said Bamitale Bumi. Mr. Emmanuel, I scanned my phone with virus total, one app, AV reports, Trojan, Gen. Wow. You should uninstall the application. That's the next thing you should do. Uninstall the application from your phone. Yes. Okay, Miracle said I had a very stressful day. Sorry about that, Miracle. Sorry. And then another Miracle is saying I had a fun-filled day. How interesting. All right. All right. Happiness. My day was very awesome, sir. Mine was, let's just use the word hectic. But we thank God we are here. Yes. All right. Priscilla, I had a stressful day. Oh, all right. Thank you, Sarah. My day was fine. Just a bit hectic due to work, but it's nothing I can't deal with. Thank you very much. All right, Eunice, my day was hectic. Journey from my boss here to get home. All right, Eunice, we should wish you a safe trip home. Please stay safe out there. All right. Wow. Bamitale Bumi said I did, but uninstalling not successful. All right. That's interesting. Okay, let's not shift the focus for today, Bamitale. Send a message on the group. I think I saw your message. I will be respond on the group, so expect my response as soon as possible. All right, guys. So it is 10 minutes past time. So enough of the greeting. Thank you all very much. Thanks for asking after me. I appreciate the care, guys. Thank you very much. Okay, so welcome everybody. Welcome to today's session. Please settle in as we journey together tonight. Okay, so today we'll be looking at compliance frameworks, right? And we will be looking at three very common and popular ones. Remember, this is just introduction, so we'll be treating this at very high level. Yes, we'll be looking at this as high level. We'll be having a high level overview of these three framework, which is the GDPR, the HIPAA, and the PCI PCI DSS. All right. Okay. Someone is complaining about the sound. Please, guys, let me know if it is general. Please, can you all hear me well? Or this, so I know if I should fix up my sound. Okay. 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 So I have a couple of persons, more persons saying they can hear me. So it might be from your end if you can't hear me properly. Please. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. So is this better now? Please, for those that can't hear me, let's still see how we can help them. Is this better now? I just changed my microphone. Is this better now? Yes, I want to believe everybody can hear me. Background sound. Okay, that's strange. All right. Thank you very, very much, guys. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Deborah. Okay, so we're looking at compliance framework. We have GDPR, we have HIPAA, and we have PCI DSS. All right, so I believe that with the little we've done this week, um, with what we've done this week, you guys should be able to say one or two things about these three framework. Okay, so please guys, let me know what you understand by any of these three. So just drop your thoughts in the comment section like we normally do. So what do you know about PCI DSS? What do you know about HIPAA? What do you know about the GDPR? And if you are a Nigerian like me, I'm sure you the last time I briefly mentioned the NDPR. So what do you know about the NDPR? Please, if you, I would be very, it would be very, very nice of you to have on your own time check for the NDPR. If if you are a Nigerian and if you are joining from other part of the world, right? Let me know about the one you guys are using at your own end, right? So I'm looking at the comment section already. Um, so someone said GDPR stands for General Data Protection Regulation. Wow, nice, nice, nice. Thank you, Onykonsola Anoma. I hope I got the name pronunciation correctly. All right, Onidamola said they are a regulatory body. Okay, that's dicey. That's dicey, but that's a nice attempt. Onidamola. All right, then we have Jane. PCI DSS means Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. All right, thank you very much. Upeka Eviongbene. I hope I got the pronunciation correctly. These are a standard corporation. They are a standard corporation. I believe that's what you want to type that fight against cybercrime. Okay, okay. Nice attempt, Evio. All right. Adefuoye say HIPAA, health insurance, possibility and accountability. All right. All right. NDPR is used in Nigeria. Thank you, Deborah. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I just got one from Wukoma, right? Nyengbi. Oh God, oh God. Please, let's just move on without pronouncing the name. GDPR is a legal framework that sets guidelines very correct for the collection and processing of personal information from individuals who live in and outside the European Union. Please, at this point, I would love to say a round of applause for Wokoma. That's beautifully explained, very straight and very, very thorough. Thank you for that. Priscilla, HIPAA helps to safeguard. Wow, nice, nice. Thank you very much. Very straightforward. Priscilla helps to safeguard medical information. Yes, thank you very much. Tech uniquely. These are compliance framework to meet policies. All right, guys. So I will not be able to attend to the remaining comments, but you all have made wonderful attempts. And thank you very, very, very much. Okay, Kelechi. You've peeped into my slide. You've peeped into my slide, Kelechi. But that's good. That's good. I love that. So as usual, I will start by introducing myself. So, my name is Emmanuel Akobi Ajibolu. I'm a Christian, I'm a penetration tester, I'm security analyst, and I have a couple of certifications to my belt. I work for a company here in Abuja with the name Cyberpura Limited, and I'm a graduate of cybersecurity science from the Federal University of Technology, Mina. So attached to below is the link to my LinkedIn profile for those who might want to connect with me on that platform. So thank you all very, very much. Okay, so without much further ado, let's jump. So our objective for today, right? So this session we explore the importance of major compliance frameworks such as the GDPR, the HIPAA, and the PCI DSS, and how organizations can help meet their requirements. So as a participant in this class, you are going to learn the key components of this framework, right? One, you are going to learn best practices for maintaining this compliance. Two, and lastly, you are going to learn about the impact of non-compliance. All right, so I will still like to reiterate this. I would still like to reiterate this because I know it is easy for some of us to forget. Do not forget that we are training you to become cybersecurity professionals. So everything that is being taught here, you must try as much as possible to understand it from a cybersecurity expert point of view. So you are going to be okay, how will what I am learning be of help to the organization I am currently working in, or how will the information that is being passed in this section be of help to my future organization as a cybersecurity expert or cybersecurity analyst. So I just want to quickly put this out there so we can have the right we can have the right mindset in this class, which is going to go a long way in helping you make the best out of this session. So thank you very, very much. So introduction, we are going to start with introduction to compliance framework. Introduction to compliance framework. Please, guys, you can stop the comments now. Don't worry, I have a lot of questions for you. Trust me, I have a lot of questions. So let's just pay attention. Okay. Okay, so what exactly are compliance framework? So the last time we looked at compliance, we looked at policy, and then we tried to explain them as best as we could. So today, now that we are looking at compliance framework, what exactly are these things. So I have here on my slide that compliance frameworks are sets of guidelines, their policies and their practices that organizations must follow, right? That organizations must follow to meet regulatory standard for handling data, especially sensitive and personal information. So this is very, very self-explanatory. Right? Compliance framework are set of guidelines. Okay, so this is how things are going to be done. There are policies, right? So there's going to be a document that is going to be vetted as a result of what of this, and then these are practices. So after setting the rules, after creating the document, you must what you must follow it. It must be a way, right, which things are being done in your organization, practices that organizations must follow. Now, why are you following this? You are following it or you are practicing it in order to meet with what regulatory standards. So like somebody rightly said that, oh, GDPR is a framework for the EU. For if you're handling people's personal information, you must be GDPR compliant. So, okay, that means there's a standard for you to what to meet, right? So there's a standard for you to meet, right? So a regulatory standard, right? Especially sensitive and what personal information, right? Okay, so moving on. So why is compliance important? So why is compliance important? So it is compliance is essential, right? It is important one for what in order to protect sensitive data, right? Compliance is very important in order to what protect sensitive data. Example, we have personal health information, right? As a person, you do not want to have your personal health record exposed to the public. In fact, I dare to say, oh, I don't want to know other people's personal health record because it might influence my relationship with them, right? There's some information you do not want to know about other people, right? Then we have other important informations like what credit card data, right? So that is one thing. It helps to protect this kind of sensitive information. Then secondly, it's what helps to avoid fines and penalties associated with what non-compliance. So remember that the last time we said, oh, should in case an organization fall victim, right, of maybe a cyber attack, maybe they were not compliant to a particular regulation, right, then they will be what? They will be fined. So compliance to regulation some we help prevent we help what prevent compliance to regulations and standard will help to a large extent help to prevent what an organizational breach. So you understand. So if this is not happening, then you will not be what getting fined. You will not be getting penalized. So you understand. So it also helps to build trust with customers and what stakeholders. So okay, if you are in the fintech sector, just like somebody said, okay, like in Nigeria, in this part of the world, we have a fintech company with the name Cowrie Wise, right? Okay, as a customer, right, you want to know is Cowrie Wise compliance with what PCI DSS. So if the company is telling you, oh, we are compliant with PCI DSS, okay, you know that to an extent you can actually trust them as a customer. You understand with your hard-earned money. So yeah, then now I also have written here that security policies are the backbone of a secure infrastructure. They help to protect against unauthorized access and data breaches, right? They also help to ensure compliance with legal and regulatory standards. And finally, they set expectations for employee behavior in safeguarding companies' assets. So if you are around in the previous class, I believe a lot of this should make sense to you, right? because we know that okay, if every employee is following this lay down rule, if every employee is following the set down process, then okay, there's a the chances of getting hacked, right, by a malicious attacker is significantly reduced. All right. So that is it for introduction. That is it for introduction. So as always, right, as is now our tradition, I'm going to take questions and contributions for 2 minutes and then I'll quickly attend to them. So by exactly 28 minutes past time, I will stop taking questions so I can attend to all questions in the comment section. So please drop your question right now if you have any. And also please let's make sure it is related to the object of discussion for today, right? Then we move on and with speed. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Okay, so I'm waiting for your question, guys. I'm waiting for your questions. Oh, there are no questions. Okay. If you don't have questions, please, I will also love to take your contributions. Contribution. Okay. So Onyewere miracle. How can one be sure a company is following this policy, right? So this is public information, right? So you have the right to ask the organization, okay, are you guys this regulation compliant? You understand? So it's supposed to be public information. In fact, if you should go to maybe restaurant, you see that oh, they are particular ISO standard compliant. If you should, let's bring it now to real life, right? To everyday life, not just IT, right? So, for example, if you buy some products, right, maybe your seasoning cube, and you look at the pack, you see that they are probably ISO something, something, something compliant. Understand? So, it's public information. Okay, so which other question? So Titi Layo says, hi sir, for password update and compliance policy, who is responsible for it? The organization or the employee? Okay, for password update and compliance policy, I will say right, there's somebody who is going to be employed for that. So the person will definitely have to do the tax that is attached to his role, his or her role, right? So let's just put it that way. So Tech Uniquely says, is it possible for there to be a fintech company that is not compliant? Yes, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, possible risks a lot. Hack, right? Fine, loss of customer data, loss of customer money, right? A lot. Okay, what are penalties attached for companies that there are different penalties, right? Some license is being revoked, some monetary, right? Don't say monetary, it's not just maybe 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira. Most times, right, in Nigeria, it's in millions, right? Right, then outside the country is in thousands of pounds, right? Sometimes millions of pounds. Yes. I actually know of a company that folded up here in Nigeria as a result of penalty for non-compliance. Yeah. All right. Favor Alabi. So can a company lose its files if it doesn't obey security compliance? This is a bit vague. I'm not sure I understand this question. So please, if you can ask in a different way that is easy for me to understand. So, gift compliance framework is really necessary in the health sector. Oh, yes, thank you. If an if organizations are this is from Damilari, if organizations are compliant with the framework, what will the results? Okay, organization. I'm not sure. Your question is not clear, Damilari. Bolaji, is there a certificate that comes with the PCI and no, okay, there's a body in charge, right? There's a body in charge, so you get certified as an organization. So yes, you are going to get certificate from the company who is going to award that to you. All right. So okay, this is 31. So guys, thank you for the question. Let's move on. So we are going to be having an overview of key compliance framework. Remember we said GDPR, PCI, DSS, and what? And HIPAA. All right. So GDPR, right? GDPR applies to all organizations processing personal data of individuals in the European Union, right? So GDPR applies to all organizations processing personal data of individuals in the European Union. Now, key principles of the GDPR one is what? Lawfulness, then there's fairness, there must be fairness, and what? Transparency with how you handle customers' data, right? Then purpose limitation and data minimization. So GDPR says, oh, you must take as little data as possible from your customers. Okay, so you don't just take all information and hoping that maybe some information will come handy or some information will come useful in the future. You only take the information that you need, right? Then also we have accuracy, storage limitation, integrity, and confidentiality. So accuracy, then we so storage limitation. So there is a set time which you can keep customer data depending on how the data was what was obtained. So someone is asking in the comment section that who can one sue the company for not keeping his or her record secret? Yes, if your data is being manhandled, GDPR gives you an avenue towards to find to sue the company who which is abusing your data. So now key requirement from the GDPR, right? One, there must be consent. So an organization must obtain clear consent in order to collect customers' personal data. So you can't just take data from individuals without having their proper consent. Next, data subject right. So individuals have the right to access, rectify, or delete their data. So even after giving their data to you as an organization, right, your customers, right, they have the ability to ask for access to this data, right? They have the right to what to rectify this data. Maybe the information is not so correct, and they also have the right to what delete their data whenever they want to. So you can't just hold on to people's information forever. Understand? Now, another key requirement of the GDPR is what? Breach notification. So should in case an organization gets breached, there must be what? A report of breach within 72 hours. So breach notification. So if the customer's data gets stolen, your customers have the right to hear about this data breach so that they know how they can protect themselves, right? There are a lot of reasons for this, but that's just one. Then lastly here we have data protection officers. So required for certain type of data processing. So there must be data protection officers. All right. Next on our list is the HIPAA. So you notice that one common with the GDPR, it is what in the European Union. And I just want to quickly add this. This is like a model document, right? This is a model policy to a lot of policy. This is a model document to a lot of documents that we have, right? Now we have the HIPAA, which is the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. So HIPAA regulates protection of health information in the UK. So it is HIPAA that dictates, okay, this is how we treat customer health record in layman term in the United States of America. So key provisions from HIPAA, right? Privacy rule. So it regulates the use and disclosure of individual health information, right? Then we have security rule. So HIPAA mandates the what? Safeguarding of electronic personal health information, right? Through administrative, physical, and technical control, right? Then breach notification rule. So HIPAA requires notification in the event of a breach involving unsecured personal health information. This I hope we are all following, right? Then enforcement rule. HIPAA outlines penalties for non-compliance, which can reach up to $1.5 million, which can reach up to $1.5 million per violation. All right. Then lastly, we have the PCI DSS, which stands for what? Payment Card is Industry Data Security Standard. Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. So this majorly applies to any organization that processes, store, or transmits cardholders data, right? Okay. So now, key requirement of PCI DSS. One is what? Build and maintain a secure network, right? IPA states that you must build and maintain secure network as an organization, right? That is handling people's credit card detail, right? So example of these include what? Firewall secure configurations. Another example of things that you should look out for, making sure you use what? Up to date systems, right? HIPAA requires that you must protect holders' data through encryption. So properly encrypt cardholder data, right? Either in transit or what? Or at rest. All right, then maintain a vulnerability management system. HIPAA requires that you must maintain what? A vulnerability management program. Next, HIPAA requires that what? You implement strong access control measures. HIPAA requires that you what? Implement strong access control measures. So not just anybody should be able to access this information that you are being trusted with, right? HIPAA requires monitor and test networks regularly. So you must be able to see what is happening in my network. You must from time to time but test your network. Okay, is my network meeting up with the what security requirements of the day? Then oh, sorry. Thank you very much. I mean PCI DSS. Sorry, PCI DSS. I'm very sorry, guys. PCI DSS. Sincere apologies. PCI DSS. Let me go over it again. PCI DSS mandate that you must build and maintain a secure network. PCI DSS mandate that you must protect cardholders' data through encryption. And PCI DSS mandate that you must maintain a vulnerability management program. PCI DSS requires that what you must implement strong access control. PCI DSS mandate or requires that what you must monitor and test network regularly. So what is happening in my network, right? Okay, is my any of my components exposed? Is any of my device exposed? Is any of my endpoint exposed? Is any of my server running out of date software? Is any of my server technology out of date? So these are all required by what? PCI DSS, right? Then PCI DSS requires that you must maintain an information security policy. All right, so guys, thank you very much for bringing that slight mistake to my attention. So, with what we've explained now, we are now in our interactive session. So, please, guys, I have a question here. So, which of these frameworks do you think is most relevant to your fintechs, right? The fintechs we have right now. I mean, we have a lot of organization, a lot of fintech organizations springing up from day to day, and why do you think this particular framework applies to this fintech organization? So I will be looking at the comment section now. Okay, so okay, PCI DSS. I have a lot of PCI DSS, but I would like to attend to. Um, okay, cool. All right. So let's take your answers for the next 2 3 minutes. Then okay, so I have a lot of persons saying PCI DSS, but remember the question is why? Why? So nobody's giving me the why. All right, beautifully said by Jimmy. Right, nice one, Jimmy. Because they hold personal data information such as card. Nice one, Jimmy. Okay, thank you very much, Love. Yes, it was Love's when I surfaced because they deal with card holders information. Yes, thank you, Love. Um, all right. So gifts. Okay, Deborah is a PCI DSS because it is applicable to protecting card holders. Beautifully said, Deborah. Gifts PCI DSS. This is because I work with a financial institution. All right, thank you very much, Gift. Onyeke Onyekwere Miracle PCI DSS because they ensure the protection of data and finance. Beautifully said. Nexus Play Corner PCI DSS because it must. It most likely covers a lot of requirements. All right. Okay, Ivy, I'm not sure I saw your comment. I must have lost it with the plenty comment, with the many comment I have here. So, Adebukola PCI DSS because they protect oh, card data through. All right, through encryption. Beautifully said. Miracle. PCI DSS because it deals with money and transmission of data. I like this because it deals with money, right? Okay. All right. Kelechi Agbo PCI DSS is the most relevant because they deal with transactions through cards. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you all. Thank you all. But okay. So what if okay, thank you, Ivy. Ivy just picked okay, so thank you, Ivy. So what if the fintech company is in the EU? What if it's in the European Union, right? What if it is in the UK? I trying to say me, oh, GDPR is not so applicable. Guys, is that what you are saying? It's not as applicable as PCI DSS. All right, so I will be looking out for your answers now. Okay, I'm still getting some PCI DSS. Nobody's considering GDPR. Okay, now I have another GDPR from Baron. Okay, now Damilare says PCI DSS and GDPR if it's in the EU. Okay, GDPR is global. Thank you very much, Ivy. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay. All right. Onyekwere Miracle beautifully said. All right, thank you, Oluwasi gift. Yes, nice, nice. Okay, thank you, Joy Steve. Yes, yes, yes. Now you guys are making me happy. I love this now. So nice. You guys have to consider putting other factors. You shouldn't just be so quick to conclude. You get okay. Now we have another some other persons bringing in some perspective. They say GDPR is global, and it's okay. Even wherever you are, you also have to what put in GDPR. You have to put into consideration the GDPR. Okay, nice, 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 nice. Okay, all right, guys. Let me look. Is there maybe a different comment? Let's take comments for 1 more minute and then let's see. Uh, Okay, Ade Fisayo GDPR because it's more of a combination of different measures needed. Okay, all right, nice. Blessing says GDPR is most applicable. All right, nice, but don't forget that it's a fintech, so PCI DSS will also come handy. All right. Now I love what Modipe just said. GDPR is most relevant, right? Personal data breaches can still be used to access credit card information. That is true. That's true. That's true. Nice, nice. I love that perspective. I love that perspective, Modipe. All right. Thank you, Kenny, Elizabeth, because it contains people's consent and data protection and because it involves card. Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Thank you very much, guys. Okay. So let's take our break now. So we will continue by exactly 8 p.m. Let's take a short break now. So we'll continue by exactly 8 p.m. So thank you guys. I love the energy tonight. Let's keep it rolling. For those that might not want to go on break, you feel free to interact with each other in the comments section. So thank you very much, guys. All right, guys. All right, guys. Please, can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me, please? Now, break is over, guys. Let's get back to business. Break is over, guys. All right, all right. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so please, just a quick one, please. Please try as much as possible to register for Saturday's session. It is very, very important. It is very, very important, guys. Then also for those that are asking for attendance link, please check the comment. Check the video description. Please check the video description. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, thank you. So please, if you are back, please let me know in the comment section. Please let me know in the comment section. Oh, okay, date is wrong. Okay, we'll work on that. We will work on that. Thank you very much. Thanks for that beautiful observation, guys. I appreciate it. Okay, please, if you are back, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you, guys. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much. So data has been corrected. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay. All right. So let's continue. So why compliance is critical? Okay. I can you all hear me now? Why compliance is critical? Why is compliance important? So, all right. Why is compliance important? So, first is legal consequences. There are legal consequences if an organization is found to be non compliant. There are legal consequences if an organization is found to be non compliant. So, for the GDPR, there's a fine that is up to 20 million pounds, sorry, 20 million euros, or 4% of global turnover, whichever is higher. right? Then for HIPAA, fines based on the level of negligence. Fines based on the level of negligence with penalties ranging from $100 to $50,000 per violation. Then for PCI DSS, non-compliance can result in fine from payment card network and potential exclusion from processing card transaction. So imagine what is a fintech without being able to process card transaction, right? Okay. Next, we have reputational damage. So beyond financial penalties, I have here, non-compliance can result in loss of customers' trust, negative media coverage, and long-term reputational harm. So imagine that you get to discover that the the bank you are making use of got hacked and the hackers carted away with a lot of money, right? You will not feel safe. You will not feel you will not want to you will no longer believe rather that your money is safe with that particular bank. So and that right, that's one thing. Or imagine that somebody posts on Twitter, right? That maybe an hacker posts on Twitter that I have compromised XYZ network, right? And I've been able to steal their customer data and their screenshots to back this statement, right? That proves that this hacker was actually successful, right? Even though the hacker was probably not able to steal money from the bank, just this information alone being online, right, is going to make them lose what reputation, which is also going to which is also going to metamorphose to them losing what? Losing money. So reputational damage is very, very critical. It is very, very critical. Right? Then we have business disruption. So data breaches and non-compliance often result in costly operational disruption, especially when corrective measures or audits are required. So if an organization is not compliant and then they got breached, right, there will be what? Business disruption. That means they are going to be having what? They're going to be having a downtime. That means there will be they won't be able to what? Process data or information or transaction as they should. And this is also going to what? Be costly. It's going to be costly, right? One way or the other, it is still going to lead to what? Financial loss. Now, so very, very short session. Very, very short session. So today's session, very, very straightforward, very, very short. So, guys, now to our question. How do you think non-compliance would impact your current or your future organization's day-to-day operation? So please let me know as future analyst, right? Or maybe you're already working in the field. How do you think non-compliance from the part of your organization will impact their what day-to-day operation? So please let me know. Taking 10 minutes for this in the comment section. We're doing this for 10 minutes, so let's do this quickly, so I can attend to all comments. Someone was saying I've been skipping a comment, so let me see how best I can attend to everybody's comment. So let's do this for 10 minutes. Please, question, contribution mainly. I would love to see what you think about this. All right. Okay, so I have some comments coming in already. Okay, beautiful. Gift said there will be low or no output. Okay, nice. Precious said business disruption, reputational damage. Very correct. It will Ayotunde says it will hamper smooth running of day-to-day operation. Very, very correct. Okay, I should explain the question again. So, how do you think non-compliance from the part of your company would impact their what organization and their day-to-day operation? So, look at this from the perspective of a future analyst, and if you are working already for your current organization. I hope that is good enough. Eviong All right. So Mary says breach of trust. Deborah, it can cause customers to lose trust in the organization and also lose of money. Very correct. Oh, Baron, I love this. Baron is a money woman. She said lack of turnover. Very straightforward and very precise. Lack of turnover. Gift non-compliance in our organization will result in slow progress in the finance of the organizations. My thoughts. All right. Thank you very much. Gift. Joyce Steve. The customers could sue. I want to believe this is could sue the organization and obtain severe damages against them from the courts. All right. Then Adeloye, non-compliance would lead to lack of development. Very correct. But this development is a bit vague. Can you explain more? All right, Victoria, the reputation of their organization will be damaged. All right, Mudupe, it can cause loss of income. Very correct. Can cause loss of money if fined by a regulatory organization. From Kelechi, then love. Non-compliance would lead to decreased trust in operation and service provided. Very correct. From Ade Lola, sorry, Damilola says vital information may be lost. Now, I love this. I love this. Okay. Loss of revenue, damage of intellectual property from Kelechi. Nice. Joy non-compliance might cause an organization to shut down. Very, very correct, right? So imagine, yeah, just like we said, right? Let's go back our slide a bit. Look at this, right? Non-compliance can result in fines from payment card network and potential exclusion from processing card transaction. So how would the company survive, a fintech company survive if they can't what process card transaction, right? Organizations can, okay, nice, nice, nice. Blessing says lack of client or customer trust. Francis Pere, non-compliance would affect the day-to-day operation, thereby leading to disruption and bankruptcy. Okay, true. Okay, this is a lot, guys. This is a lot. Let me scroll down. Let me scroll down. Okay, from Pamela, it leads to hefty fines. Very correct. From Pure Ecstasy, aesthetic, right? Okay, these are very interesting names. Brand damage and loss of money. Okay, who else have I not attended to before now? All right, beautiful, beautiful contribution, guys. Beautiful contribution, guys. So here's the thing. So before we proceed to the next section, here's the thing. So someone was complaining about, oh, 2 million euros is a lot of money, or 4% of global turnover, whichever is higher, right? So I just want to touch a bit of this. So now you will be required to pay $2 million if your global. What this means is you'll be required to pay 2 million euros, right? If your global turnover is not, if 4% of your global turnover is not up to 20 million euros. that's when you'll be required to pay 20 million euros. But if your global turnover is more than 20 million euros, then that is what you are going to be paying. So you can see that this is very interesting. Now, because I am a Nigerian, I have bias towards my country. So I want to see what my country have to say concerning this. So let's quickly do something spontaneous in this session. Let's look for the NDPR. Let's take a look at the document and let's see what this framework looks like from my beautiful country, Nigeria. So let me bring this here. So let's see NDPR, right? So, okay. So we have this here. You can see from NITDA, right? So let's open this. So we have the document here. Nigeria Data Protection Regulation 2019 Implementation Framework. Okay, nice. So you can see ours is not so much. This is 48 pages. So if you look for the GDPR, which is a more robust one, GDPR, right? Okay, let's put PDF, right? Okay, so we have this. So let's open this. Now you can see this is 88 pages. All right, so this is the document. So for those that might want to take a look at the full document, remember we are just doing introduction and high level overview, the implementation. So you can see this is the document and this is my beautiful country zone. So you can see, all right, so take a look at this now. So you can see that there are different sessions, right? Background, relationship of the NDPR with the framework, compliance framework, handling personal data, understanding consent, right? Data protection audit, transfer. Let me zoom in a bit because some people might say they can't see this properly. Okay. So I want to believe everybody can see my screen properly. So retention of record, data privacy, enforcement framework, establishment of administrative, we have application of internal. So yeah, so we have, so this is it. So you can see the NDPR is pioneer, this is the background, relationship, forms of compliance. So you can see, okay, so we are just skimming through. So okay, all right. So yeah. So this is it, but there's something I would like to show. So let's search for some keyword. Let's search for fine. Okay. Okay, so cool. So this is handling personal data, right? So according to Act 3.1, blah, 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 where the controller intends to further process the personal data for a purpose other than that for which the personal data were collected, the controller should provide the data subject prior to that further processing with information on that other purpose and with any relevant for further information. So, okay, I collected your data and now I want to use that data for something different from the purpose for which I initially collected it. That means I am supposed to what? Inform you as the owner of that data, right? Which most likely as my customer, I must inform you, okay, I collected this for XYZ, but now I am using this data for what? For ABC. All right, so I want to believe we are all following. All right. Okay, so now you can see where a data controller wishes to further process personal data initially collected for a defined or limited purpose, the data controller shall consider the following. So whether there exists a connection between the original purpose and the proposed purpose, That's one. The context in which the data was originally collected. Two, the nature of the personal data, right? The possible impact of the new processing on the data subject and the existence of requisite safeguard for the what personal data. Okay, so let's look for fine. Let's look for okay, what is the what penalty are you going to pay should in case you break this? Okay, so where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Fine, fine. Okay, I can't find. So let's use million. Yes. Okay, greater. Okay, am I on the okay? This is the implementation. I'm coming. Give me a minute. Okay, let's look for Naira. Come and give me a minute. I'm trying to look for the NDPR download. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, so we have this. Okay, so let's look for fine. No million. Okay, now this is spontaneous. I'm trying to look for where this is in this document. Okay, don't worry. I will dig it out and share in the group. But I know there are fines. I think it's 10 million naira if you are processing more than 10,000 Nigerian data. If my memory serves me right. Okay. Okay. So this is the audit filing fee. So all right. So each data controller and administrator is expected to file its audit report, the DPCO, and pay the following amount as applicable. So number of data subjects. So if you are processing less than 2,000 data, you are supposed to pay 10,000 naira. If you are processing 2,000 data subjects and above, you are expected to pay 20,000 for what? For filing audit reports through the DPCO. So let's get back to slide. This is just by the side. So this is for my Nigerian folks. All right. So yes. So component of each of these framework. Component of each of these framework. Okay, before we continue, let me take contributions. Let me take a look at the comment section. Okay, so any contribution, guys? Any contribution, guys? So, all right. Okay, so Faith is saying Apple would ask you if you agree for the activities across a particular app be tracked for marketing or whatever purpose. Okay, okay. LC Diary, right? Why doesn't any of the fine money go to the actual data owner? It's coming. I mean, the the country would work on. The government have projects they are working on, so it's actually coming to us. Yes, so money realized is being used for the development of the country. Yeah. All right. Okay, so the penalties are huge. Those fine they pay. Where is it going to? Okay, I can hear him. Okay. Yes, thank you very much for these gifts. My contribution is that as future cybersecurity professionals, we should always abide to the compliance. All right. Okay, so I found the document I was talking about. So okay, so it's the 2021. So let me quickly show it to Ross. And yes, so this is it, right? This is 20 pages. So if we search for Control F, so if you search for million, yes. So penalty for default. So let me zoom in so everybody can see this properly. Okay, so any person subject to this regulation who is found in the in breach of the data privacy right of any data subject shall be liable in addition to any other criminal liability to the following, right? So in the case of a data controller, which is the company dealing with more than 10,000 data subjects, right? Payment of the fine is 2% of what? Annual gross revenue of the preceding year, or payment of the sum of what? 10 million naira, whichever is greater. So you see that this is similar to the GDPR, right? So whichever is greater, if your previous year gross revenue is if 2% of your previous year gross revenue is more than 10 million naira, then you have to pay that. If it is less than 10 million naira, then you have to pay 10 million naira. Right? Then if that is if you're handling 10,000 and above customer data. But in the case of a data controller dealing with less than 10,000 data subjects, right? Payment of the fine of 1% of the annual gross revenue of the preceding year, or payment of the sum of 2 million naira, whichever is greater, right? So I believe like with this information now, most of us will be able to give, I mean, the little professional advice that we can, right? To folks in the fintech space. Okay, there are fines you might have to pay should you be found what. Okay, okay, questions. Okay, let me take a look at this. Okay. Uni is very, very funny. All right. So Pamela says non-compliance can cause fine. Okay, we've attended to this. I believe this from before. Okay. Can an organization comply to regulations fully? Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what is expected. You should comply. Yes. So Damilare says, sir, what then is the actual number of data subjects? No, there's no cap. There's no cap to the data no to the number of data subjects you can have as an organization. So but just know that the bigger the number, the more you are earning, then the more your fine is going to be. All right. Okay, can we mention cases of these data breaches? Let's not do that. Let's not do that on air. All right. That's from Obinwe. Ubinwine. Oh God. All right. Taiwo. Can I file a report if my information is leaked by a company without my? Yes, yes, you can, Taiwo. Yes, you can. Okay. Which of the bodies YouTube user? I believe she's talking attending to one of our previous section question. So I will skip that. All right. So from Odunayo, which of the bodies does telecommunication company belong to? Beautiful question. All right. So let me hear what you guys have to say. But I mean, we discussed three. There's one that this can easily fall under. But let me hear what you guys have to say. Let me hear what you guys have to say. Okay, okay. So I don't have so much comments here anymore. So let's move. Let's move. Oh God, time is flying so fast. Okay, let's move. Component of each framework. So GDPR, right? Data processing agreement. So this, remember I said this is high level overview. This is introduction. I hope you guys keep this at the back of your mind. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. GDPR. Very, very nice. Nicely said. GDPR. Nicely said. So, all right. So, okay. So, component of the GDPR one, we have data processing agreement required when sharing data with third party, right? So, remember, before you share my data with somebody, then you have to what? You have to inform me about it. So there's data processing agreement, there's data protection impact assessment, DPIA, which requires for what high risk data processing activity, right? Then there's data transfer. So rules governing the transfer of data outside the EU, right? Okay, so let's move on. Right, then we have component of HIPAA, right? So first we have risk as analysis and what and management. So assessing risks to EPHI, right, and implementing measures to what to reduce risks. Then assessing control. Only authorized personnel should assess EPHI. Then we have audit controls, right? Implement hardware, software, and procure and procedures to record and examine access towards EPHI. Okay. Component of the PCI DSS, right? First, we have what secure configuration. Okay. Someone is asking what is EPHI? Electronic Personal Health Information. PHI, personal health information, right? Then secure configuration first for the PCI DSS, right? Ensure systems are securely configured to prevent what unauthorized access, right? Then we have what we have encryption, encrypt cardholders' data during transmission and what and storage, right? Then we have vulnerability scanning. So regularly scan systems for vulnerabilities to prevent attacks. Regularly scan systems for what? Vulnerabilities to prevent attacks. Okay, moving on. All right, so we are gradually moving towards the end of today's session. Yes, I believe today's session is quite educative. So, final interactive session. Please, any question, any contribution from what we've discussed so far before we move to the last phase of today's class, guys? So I have one from Love. When accepting cookies, if we did not read the terms of the cookie and our data gets shared with third party, can we still sue? You have to know what the terms are saying, right? So somewhere in somewhere in the what is it called? Somewhere in the terms and condition, they would have clearly stated if they will be sharing it or not. So if you agree that they can share your data, then obviously you can't sue them for sharing your data, right? Okay, so Pamela, what is EPHI? Electronic Personal Health Information. Thank you very much, Damilola, for typing that out. All right, so Titilayo, if HIPAA is a regulatory body in the US, which one is applicable to Nigeria? Hmm. Okay, all right. Somebody, okay, let me not put this out. All right. None that I'm aware of right now. None that I'm aware of. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I'm not aware of any at the moment. Yeah. Okay. Dada Tolulokwe, you mentioned EU. So EU is European Union, right? European Union. Okay. Right. I have Atoba Omolola. I think most of us don't read those conditions. Yes, most of us don't. Most of us don't. Love, I can't. There are a lot of comments here. So you might want to retype. You might want to retype your comments. Thank you. Um, okay, kindly explain GDPR more. Okay, let's see if we have time for that. Then I'll go to explaining that. Victoria, please. Thank you. Okay, Eunice, could HMO be classified as HIPAA in Nigeria? Hmm. Okay, come and give me a minute, please. Okay, choosing PISA, which body is responsible for policing and arresting companies that actually breach this data? This I don't know. Okay, so for Nigeria, you want to look at the NDPC. NDPC. So come in, let me open my browser. So let's see NDPC, right? Nigeria Data Protection Commission. Yeah, so let's visit their page. Okay, so let's go to their About Us, right? Zoom in a bit. So Nigeria Data Protection Commission, right? About us, who we are. So vision, right? To be a resilient world-class institution for the protection of data privacy. Mission, we are committed towards making data privacy a cornerstone of sustaining digital economy in Nigeria. So other information like this. Okay, so we have all of this information. Okay, time. Okay, I need to keep the time. All right. So let's get back to business. Okay. I'm still okay. Yes, definitely, love. There's a way. There's a way. Yeah. All right. Okay, guys. So let's move on. Let's move on. So challenges in meeting compliance. Challenges in meeting compliance. All right. So one, we have evolving regulation, right? So compliance framework are continuously evolving, right? Organizations must stay updated with what new requirements. So remember we said most of these documents are what living documents. So they are being worked on from time to time. So an organization must have professionals who are always what keeping abreast with the latest what addition, with the new requirements, with the new updates, so as to make sure that they remain what compliant. So keeping up with this can be a little bit of an hassle, but it's very, very possible. All right. Then we have complexity of what of IT environment. So IT environments can be very, very complex, and in fact, I dare to say it can be very, very messy. So managing compliance across complex IT ecosystems. For example, we have cloud, we have on-premise, and we still have third-party services can make enforcement challenging. So, I mean, you could be playing your part, but you could be working with another vendor who is not doing what they are supposed to do. So, because of this complexity, it can be a bit what challenging to stay compliant. So, you must understand this, and you must understand how to navigate this complexity as a professional. All right. Then balancing security and usability. Yes, I love this. Balancing security and what usability. So you want to stay compliant. You have a lot of policies you are putting in place for your organization to stay secure, cyber security wise. But then with every security, there is what reduce in what usability. There's reduce in what in ease, like customers ease, right? So security always hampers or tampers with what? With usability. So often strict security measures can hinder business operation. So balancing the need for security and compliance while maintaining effective workflow is a key challenge. So entering your password um, every 5 minutes when you log out and when you are using an application can be a lot of what of a challenge. Now then imagine having to enter your password and still enter two-factor authentication code. You get, so that has reduced the usability of that particular operation, of that particular application rather. So security always tampers usability. So as a professional, you must be able to what find the right balance between security and what and usability. All right. So, yes, so finally, thank you very much for tonight's session, guys. I believe we've done justice to introducing this framework, these three important framework to us. So, please let me know, is there any question? Is there any contribution before we wrap up for tonight, guys? All right. So, please let me know. So please, I will challenge my fellow Nigerians, right? Please take a look at the NDPR. Yes, take a look at our own document here. And if you can also take a look at the GDPR. Yes, take a look at the GDPR. It's going to help you. It's going to really, really come very, very handy. Very, very handy. Okay, Jane, are requirements to renew annually? Hmm, this is, I'm not sure I understand this question. Can you put more context to what you mean by a requirement to renew annually? Yeah, but definitely from time to time you have to you have to renew your compliance certificates, right? Your certification gets renewed from time to time. So we have other compliance, like one very popular one is security is called ISO 27001. So you can take a look at it after today. So let me quickly check it on Google. So let's do ISO 27001. Sorry, 27001, right? So you can see this, right? So the international standard for information security, right? So let's see if we can add the keyword lifespan certification life, okay, life cycle. So ISO 27001 certification are valid for 3 years, right? However, organizations must perform compliance activities such as multiple internal and daily surveillance, blah, 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 blah. All right. So let's get back here. All right. So, okay. Oh, I missed a lot of comments. Let me quickly scroll up. Okay. Okay, there are a lot of bodies. There are a lot of compliance framework. Elizabeth, I want to believe you're asking of framework. There are a lot of frameworks. Yeah, but we are just looking at, remember this is introduction. This is introduction. So we just took a quick look at these three frameworks. Yes. Then Jane Oluwaseyi Jane, is there any balance to security and usability? Yes, as the professional, you are the one to find the balance between these two. You are the one to create the bridge between these two for the organization where you are working. All right. So, love, sir, do you think there is a way to educate people on these terms and conditions? Yes, I answered this already. Love, I believe. Then it is really important and usually so lengthy. I think this company site makes it lengthy because they know. I mean, they have to explicitly state everything. So now it's on the customer. It's on the customer. So, from Miracle, sir, are we to read the NDPR or the NDPC? The NDPR is the document you should read, please. Yes, thank you. Yes, then from choosing NDPR and GDPR, yes, if you can. If you can. Thank you very much, Otoba Omolola, for answering this for me. Thank you. All right, thank you for the compliment, Joyce. Eunice, is it possible to reduce the number of pages in privacy? That probably, and I will, nah, nah, nah. I mean, remember, you are the professional. You must be able to protect the organization you are working for. So you must write everything out. Now, it now falls on the part of the customer if they are lazy to go through the terms and conditions of using your product. Right. So, Pamela Henry, what step can you take if the terms and conditions change after you have agreed to them? Hmm. I mean, before the terms and if there's going to be a change in the terms and condition, right? You are supposed to be what properly informed. Remember what you read in the NDPR that if the data is going to be used in a different way, then you have to inform your customer about this new development. Okay, so Deborah, yes, I have shared the material with the right sources, so you should get it as soon as possible from them. But on my own part, I have shared the materials. Thank you. Okay, so from Titilayo, sir, for a telemedicine company, what compliance certification is ideal to register for? So, Titilayo, I want to believe you are by telemedicine, you mean what is the word now? Oh God, I can't find the word. Um, okay, that is God, can't find the word. But I want to believe you mean like an IT company, an IT organization that is in the health sector, right? So definitely a very good one to look to. A good starting point would be with what the HIPAA, right? HIPAA would be a good starting point. Okay. So about Saturday, don't worry, you get the right information, guys. You get an information to clarify that very soon. All right. Thank you, Victoria, for the comments. I believe I have attended to this question, Sarah. Okay. Yes, Obi winning. Yeah, very, very. Your opinion is very valid. Very valid. All right. Okay, so let's. Okay, one last one from Udukwe. What is the best practice for implementing GDPR compliant security measures? Okay, this is outside the scope of today, please. Let's not go into that. All right. So in conclusion, guys, so key points. So GDPR protects personal data in the EU and globally, right? Just like we established, emphasizing data subject rights and consent. HIPAA focuses on safeguarding health information with a strict set of security and privacy requirements, right? Then PCI DSS protects cardholders' data by enforcing encryption, access control, and secure system configuration. Then compliance is critical for what avoiding legal penalties, protecting sensitive data, and maintaining trust. So thank you all very much for tonight. Thank you all. I want to believe we all had a nice time. We all had a nice time. So thank you. Thank you all for the beautiful comments. Thank you, Jane. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, Joya Lunge. Thank you. I will definitely tell Peace about this. Thank you very much. So thank you all. All right. So we will continue our conversation on the Telegram channel. Yes, I will try my possible best to attend to your question as soon as possible and as much as I can. So, but please also, I would love to encourage us to interact. So, if somebody is asking a question and you have the answer to that, please feel free to give an answer. And if I want to add my own 2 cents write my own 2 cents, then I could come add mine as well. So, thank you all very much. So see you in the next one, guys. See you in the next one, guys.